to be having that. Yes, yeah, I do. And it was strange because when I was a kid, I used to be a PE teacher, which some of you know, and I used to be a PE teacher because my big decision in life was whether to go to PE college or go to drama college. And when I was 15, 16, when you're brought up in the centre of Glasgow and you realise this is happening to you, I decided I would go to PE college because I thought I'd go to drama college and we'll think of a big poof. So I'll go to PE college and that'll butch me up and make me straight. So I spent 4 years shouting with naked footballers. That helped. And it took me a long time to come to terms with it. I was a terrible heterosexual. I really was a really bad heterosexual. I had a girlfriend when I was at university. I went to study and I had a girlfriend for a short while. And the only reason I had this girlfriend was because she had a poster of Tom Cruise on her wall in her room. And it kind of helped in certain scenarios. And I used to use any excuse to not have sex with this girl. She would ask me and I would say, oh, I've got an essay to do, or I've got a cold, or Doctor Who's on, anything, you know. Even Delta and the Bannerman was used as an excuse once. And nobody wants to watch that. So I finally did, when I thought, well, I may as well find out what this is all about, right? So I finally did something about it, and I went up to the room, and so I said, well, go to your room. So we went to her room, and the post Tom Cruise on the wall, so we're getting kind of down to it, and we're kind of going for it, Tom Cruise, right, okay. And I'm thinking in my head, you know, Top Gun, right, Top Gun, volleyball scene, you know, come on, and she's lying by there, she's all, kiss my chest, and I said, kiss my chest, I'm trying to kiss your chest, but your tits keep getting in the way. So I finally did something about it, and I thought being a PE teacher at the time would be kind of cool and help me get laid, you know, and help me get a shag. But it was strange because I thought that, you know, I would go away to a gay club and guys would chat me up, and I got a strange reaction every single time, because every single time that someone would chat me up, I would say, you know, yes, well actually, I'm a PE teacher, and every one of them went, I've your hate to PE school then, pissed off on me. Realised I was their nemesis, so after 2 weeks I was so desperate to get laid, I just said it was a hairdresser just to fucking get on with it. But yeah, but a great thing happened to me about a year ago. I was doing a gig in London, and I had this one night stand, and are there any gay people in? Yeah. Aye, right, okay, come on. Yeah. A bit of a slow response there. Johnny's worth of shyly slip. The hand was flashed up there in the blink. I know they were getting oh, it's like fucking Dead Poets Society now, you know? Standing on tables. Yeah, but yes, that's funny, the 2 people in here who have shagged never admitted it. So anyway, but yes, I had a one night stand about a year ago, and I woke up in the morning, and I realised when I woke up, it was a bit of a beer goggle scenario, you know, it was a bit like Lord of the Rings, you know. So I woke up, I was like, oh, I'm starving, you know, it's like, I don't know. So he asked me for my phone number, and I did that really shitty thing that guys sometimes do, when I gave my phone number, but I changed the last digit at the end. But don't do that, because karma will come around to you, it really will. Because about 6 months later, I was getting a flight from London to Glasgow, and I went on this flight and clipped myself in. I looked up, and there he was a steward on the flight, right? Oh fuck. So he walked by, I thought, well, I'll try and make eye contact with him as he goes by, and he was having none of it, so I thought, that's good, maybe he's going to ignore me. But then at the end of the flight, he did something, ladies and gentlemen, that will stay with me till the day I die. If you imagine, sir, that you're me, okay? Trying to be slightly more handsome for a second, and as he was going along the aisle with the rubbish bag, and he was going, rubbish, rubbish, any rubbish, 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 any rubbish, trash, rubbish, any rubbish. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a long day for me, and thankfully for me it's finally over. You've got some fantastic acts coming up. Thank you for coming up and Charlotte Ross. Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
About comedy, right? There's anybody here interested in football? Has anybody? It's fantastic. That's going to be my new opening line. Anybody here? My parents. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to keep moving tonight because they're going to let the horrible general public in at 10 o'clock. So Chris Stokes is next on our list. Yes, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big round of applause. It's Chris in the house. Yes, he is.
Thank you, that's really nice. It's nice being in a room full of a load of fans, because I'm pretty sure we'll all agree we have our own logic. Like for example, my friend wouldn't watch the third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film because to him the idea of them going back in time to 17th century Japan was a bit far-fetched. He was fine with 4 6-foot adolescent mutated turtles running around New York who can afford to not only buy but also run and insure a van. Can do martial arts to quite a considerable degree because, well, they're ninjas, aren't they? And as far as a rat. But if you introduce the concept of fourth dimensional travel into this cocktail of fact, his imagination implodes. A lot like he did when he watched the film Shaun of the Dead, right? Which I'm assuming we've all seen. Well, you know that bit where they shuffle through the hordes of the undead and pretend to be zombies so they don't get eaten? You went, that bit ruined it for me, Chris. That bit ruined it for me. Because zombies can smell humans in real life. But this is the same guy that rang a radio phoning quiz and was asked for £1,000 which country uses shekels for currency. Now some of you probably know that. He guessed at Holland. And the DJ, who just wanted him to win the money, just wanted to help, said, "It is a bit of a bad line. Did you say Israel?" He said no. If you were to take a penguin chocolate bar, as I have done, and read the joke under the flap, watch black and white, and goes round and round to him, he'd look at you and say, "Breakdancing penguin." But upon correcting him with the actual answer, which is a penguin in a revolving door, he'd go, "Breakdancing penguin's better." What would a penguin be doing using a revolving door? But then he does think that Loughborough is pronounced Luga-Bruga. I think it's weird because I met him at school and we were both Doctor Who fans, but I'm at a sort of limbo age where I really got into it and it was taken off. So I started off at school being bullied for being a Doctor Who fan because it was nerdy, and then I finished school being bullied for liking Doctor Who because no one knew what it was. And I remember once, this is true, I was very small for my age, and I was hung on a coat peg from the back collar of my jumper like that. And it was at lunchtime. I was there for a while. The dinner lady found me. First thing she said was, "You're not supposed to be inside at this time." So I have got a couple of, because it's a bit weird, right? Because we're all comics, we do a lot of regular gigs, but we never really do Doctor Who material. We thought, we've been booked to do this, we think we should probably write some Doctor Who material. So I've written some. I'm going to try it. Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, it really doesn't affect my career much at all. So I'm going to go for it. I mean, like, I'm assuming we're all on the Doctor Who forum, formerly Outpost Gallifrey. Right? Well, what I find amazing about that is because I go on. I tend not to go on at a post because I'm one of those people that is easily irked by ill-thought-out arguments and bad grammar. But on the one occasion that the odd occasion that I do go on, I actually, the last time I went on, there was a row going on. It was by a user called Longscarf. Don't know whether anybody remembers this. And he was saying, what was it he was saying? He was saying, is anyone really pissed off with the PC casting in Doctor Who? And he was really upset that Mickey and Martha were black. And he was really upset that Captain Jack was a sort of gay icon. Now, I don't understand why a character like the Doctor would appeal to those sensibilities. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's a really good message. He's letting the aliens live. He's giving them a chance. Aliens and humans living together in peace and harmony. That's a really good message. But his gay black friends can fuck off. I just don't get it. I've tried. I was thinking, well, I suppose I shouldn't assume that everybody that likes Doctor Who is going to be, well, not a wet noodle, but is going to be somebody that has a fairly open mind. But you kind of have to, don't you? Am I alone in this? You kind of have to accept and be very open-minded. Yeah, liberal. Yeah, so I don't understand why he wasn't burned. I was a bit, when I found out that Matt Smith was the new Doctor, I was a little bit. My instant reaction was disappointment. I'll be honest. When I watched that confidential where they announced that Matt Smith was the new Doctor, I thought, oh, so it's not me then. But then reason kicked in, and I thought, oh no, maybe it is me, and I've just forgotten. Because I do feel, the year before last I forgot to send myself a Valentine's card. I won't be doing that again, I was livid. But then reason kicked in, and I thought, no, for that to work, I would have to be Matt Smith and not Chris Stokes, which is who I am. But then reason kicked in, and I thought, oh, Matt Smith's an actor, isn't he? So what's to stop Chris Stokes being a character in a fictional drama about a confused Doctor Who obsessed stand-up comedian? And Matt Smith is playing me in this drama. But then reason kicked in. And I thought, oh, no, for that to work, because into this drama, the real Matt Smith wouldn't be integrated, would he, in the universe where he's already playing a fictional character. That would be too metatextual. A bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger playing both Jack Slater and himself in The Last Action Hero. It'd be too clever. But then reason kicked in. And I thought, oh no, because that's exactly the kind of thing that increasingly pretentious television companies would commission, isn't it? Which is why everybody liked the new Red Dwarf. But then reason kicked in. And I thought, well, if I was a fictional character, how come I have vivid recollections of family holidays in Devon at the age of 4? And then reason kicked in, and I thought, well, that just shows good writing and characterisation to give me a backstory like that. I'd like to thank you. You've been lovely for letting me try material that I'll never try again. So, all right. I think it's been a really great day actually. The highlight of my day was I don't want to brag or anything, but because we do this, we got to go into the backstage area at Tiger Lounge. And and I had a nice sit-down chat with Nicola Bryant, no less. She's promised herself to me. What I find, I don't know whether you noticed, but Nicola Bryant and Sophie Aldred, they both brought their partners with them to conventions. And I think that's a really wise move. Not only because, but I also like the idea that, because they meet each other a lot, I really like, I hope this is true, it's true in my head, that they would sort of stand at the back of the room and try and make eye contact with the geekiest guy in the room, point to their partner and go, oh yeah. You've got a great headliner, you've been lovely, I've been Chris Stokes, cheers, thank you.
That was really sad. Really very sad, but you know, keep going with the therapy, mate. I was going to say something, but I won't bother. We'll move on to the next act. Now, who's changed his name since it was written on this piece of paper? So we're now going to move on to Danny Pensive. Danny Pensive? Hey! Oh, for fuck's sake! Paddington Bears, come on!
I love goldfish as pets they're overlooked. They're simple and they're beautiful and too small to be cooked. They're easy to look after and they're very easily fed. If you're allergic to fur or feathers, try a fish instead. I concede it's not a pet that you can take for a walk. And some say that their memories are very, very short. But they're beautiful to look at. If you're stressed, they make you cry. It's just one of the many gifts that give good fish their charm. I'm loving this. It's been really good. It's cheered me up because I have been upset ever since David Tennant says he's not going to be Doctor Who anymore. Because I went to a pub with my friend and we were talking about it. And he said, Danny, what would you do if you had a TARDIS? And I was thinking, like, big clever things, like, would you go back in time and try and stop World War II from happening? Or just go back a few years and tell Rod Hull not to get on his roof that night? And I said to my mate Dave, what would you do? And he said, I'd go back to 1970 and buy a house. Someone asked me, they said, who is your favourite Doctor Who? And I said, the fifth one. And they said, Peter Davidson. And I said, no. This is my diary. This is what I do is I come on and I just read what's been happening to me. So, is that alright?
Yes!
Well, that's what's going to happen anyway. We had a boy at school, right? And we called him Turlo, right? And it wasn't because he was ginger, right? It was because his family were really poor. So they used to play out in his school uniform. And then one day I tried to do my mate Davey's head in with a rock. My reception for Doctor Who is very grainy, so... Yes. I have just bought a new Freeview box for my television. The reception is not very good, so I have bought a booster aerial. The booster aerial works at 32 megahertz, and so does the Freeview box, so that when I turn them on both together, I cannot get any reception at all. Interference. I have tried putting the aerial behind my Doctor Who DVDs on the windowsill, but this has not fixed the problem. But instead it has boosted the signal from the aerial, what can now pick up phone calls made on the Orange network from the mast outside the window. So, last night, instead of watching Doctor Who, we listened in to someone on Cold Neris who was phoning her auntie in Dundee about her cats who were sick. It's been really exciting today, like meeting the famous people, right? Because it's really exciting seeing people. Because I get really excited lots, because there's Mark Stixon there, right? That is Mark Stixon there, right? Because I was in Manchester the other day, right? And I walked past Granada Studios, and I saw Les Dennis, right? And it was Les Dennis. And I ran up to him and I pointed to him. And I said, "You're Les Dennis," right? Now he knew that, right? Because he was Les Dennis. And then I thought, oh no, it's gone awkward, because I shouldn't say that. So I thought, what can I say to Les Dennis? And I said, "Oh, Les Dennis, are you related to Stephen Dennis, who plays Paul Robinson in David?" And he said, "No, I am not," in a very polite voice. And I should have left it there. But I didn't. And I said, maybe you should be, you've got the same shaped head. Who here... No, right. It's just a stage you're walking through. I have just tried to start a new keep an internet blog. Does anyone know what an internet blog is? It is like a diary, but you do it on the computer. I thought because you're not using any pens or any paper, it is really good for the environment, as you can record your memories for posterity without killing the people what live in the tree houses in the rainforest, what give you the paper and pens for to write with in the first place. I was talking to a man who works at the university who said that having an internet blog is worse than having a diary, because every time you turn on a computer, you use loads and loads and loads of electricity, and if you use too much electricity, you will get a carbon footprint, which is like wearing a big build-up shoe made out of bad electricity and is invisible, and Al Gore will come to your house and make you watch an Incredible Truth on your telly. I asked the man at the university if there was more carbon in a footprint than there was in a pencil. He did not know. I told him that my granddad was a draftsman at the Civic Centre and used to lick his pencil when he wrote, but back in them olden days, pens had lead in them and he got cancer and died. I will still keep a blog on the internet, but I'm stopped going to my brass rubbing workshops at the church. So I may go to hell, but I am doing the right thing. I work in Timpson's, I cut all the keys. If you're ever knocked out, come and see me please. I can make a duplicate for any lock you like. Padlocks for back doors and deadlocks for your bike. A salesman came in one day handcuffed to a swivel chair. His key was lost, he kissed his boss, he was having an affair. I said I'm no magician, but there's one thing that's certain. I can't make a duplicate if you have lost the first one. I didn't always work in Timpson's though. I used to be the assistant for a stage hypnotist, but I don't know how long I did that for. I was worrying about today because I had to interview Fraser Hines, right, who's a very nice man, and I was going to get very stressed. So I was thinking of ways to not get stressed. So I was looking at alternative therapies, and I found some Hopi ear candles to take my stress away. Has anyone ever used a Hopi ear candle before?
Yes.
You have there. What is your name?
Sean.
Say hello to Sean.
Hello, Sean.
And what did they do for you when you used them?
I'm a therapist, I do them a lot.
You do, so you haven't used them
I
yourself?
have used it. Yeah, they just...
It's a simple question. They crackle in your ear. Because, right, I don't know if you've used one, right, but you put them in the ear and they suck all the wax out and makes you feel all sleepy, right? And I didn't think that's how they worked. I thought, like, what happened is you put them in your ear and all the wax melted in your ear and you pull it out like a plaster of Paris mold and then you carry it. That's not how it works. Now, you might have seen them in the shops. Have a look when you go past, like, her shop or Dr. Ann Herb's. There's a poster on the window, right, of a woman lying on the side like that, an old woman, and there's a man's hand holding a candle coming out of her ear, like her head is a cake, or she's died and they're having a party. But don't do what I do, right? Because they come in packets of two. I've tried to use them both at the same time. I have just bought a razor blade, one of those Gillette Fusion razors. One have got 5 blades on one side and one on the other. And why you have a blade on the other side, I don't know. Why? Because that's on the wrong side where your face is. But I thought, well, if you had 2 people and you got them really close together, you could shave 2 people. want to tell you one more bit and then I'll go home. I have just found my new favourite radio station, Virgin Trains Jazz Connection. You can only listen to it on the train. I don't know what the best thing about Virgin Trains Jazz Connection is. If it is the fact that the music is the perfect accompaniment to watching the rolling hills of the English countryside, or if when you plug your headphones between the socket between the seats, it makes you feel a little bit like being a Neo out of the Matrix. Plugging yourself into a machine over which you have no control, apart from your choice of music. I was sitting on the train once next to a man who had never seen the socket between the seats on the train before, and he asked me what it was. I said, "No one can be told what Virgin in-journey musical entertainment is. You have to experience it for yourself." It was getting very expensive and time-consuming travelling on the train just so I could listen to Virgin Trains Jazz Connection. So I phoned up their customer service if there was a CD of music that they played that I would buy when I was not travelling. And they said there was not, but were very helpful and sent me a list in the post. So I went to HMV and bought some CDs and took them home, but it is not the same when you're in the house listening to the music. So I tried sitting next to the window in my house when the music was on, and bumping up and down, and pouring hot coffee in my lap. It's not the same. I've written 2 jokes, especially for today. I have been thinking of opening a Doctor Who themed garden centre. I would call it Planet of the Seeds. Yay! That's not that funny, is it? I have written my own Doctor Who story, where the Doctor Who is having a new hearth fitted, and the delivery men come and deliver him a hearth, but it is the wrong one. So they go away and come back the next day with the right hearth, but don't take the first hearth away. So he cannot move in his console room because there are too many hearths. It's called Invasion of the Fireplace. If you want to see more of me, you can go to www.dennypensive.co.uk. I am now going to go and talk to John Ainsworth, who is going to give me a starring role in the next Big Finish.
I'll just tell you one more true story, which is about seeing more of me. Have I told you the stripper story? Yeah. That's seen your mother. But so anyway, we've been filming. If anybody who came to the talk this afternoon, following the hysterical people who fancied our bodies, machine gunning our hotel here in Giant. We pulled out of that shoot, and it was a really, really tough time. And we ended up in Bali. And I said to my cameraman, I said, let's go and have a massage. And so we were in some posh hotel, right? And funny enough, I was presenting this thing. And we had a female director with us, but they separated us when we went down to the massage place. And so Steve, who was my cameraman, his wife always thought he had affairs, right, on location. He didn't. He never had an affair on location. I mean, who would you have an affair with? A bloody crocodile? This is ridiculous. So we went down to the massage parlour, and there's 2 little lovely girls there, right? And they say, you know, take the towels. We had swimming things on, right? Because we thought, you know, be respectful. We had our little shorts on, right? So we took our shorts off, and of course they had nothing on underneath. And so we took our shorts off, and these two little girls like hit the wall. Like, "Ah, what's that?" You know, a naked man. So they put these towels on her.